Here I am, here I am, here I am. You're probably not going to hear me for a couple of seconds, but that's fine. Hoping that YouTube doesn't really crap out on me. I really don't need that. It's been a long week. Do I look tired? I look tired. So I hear you. Okay, good. Um, yeah, so where do I start? I guess I could probably say with updates because that's what I said with the post. Um, Yeah, okay. So I have been off work for the entire week since Monday afternoon when I finished my shift. And I have been having back pain. I sound a bit stuffy. I might be. Because, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how well my mic is working. So, I mean, it's right here. It's right down here. It's right there. I mean, I could very well be. Couldn't get the iPad keyboard to work. You sound fine. Oh, thanks, Harriet. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so coffee in the cutest cup ever. I thought that I would go with a smaller cup because this is a what is this? What is this? Oh, 14 ounce. So it's less than the usual 16 that I have. That'll be probably for like 2:30 this afternoon when I crash out. But yeah, updates. So I was off work, was having back pain, got really, really bad, and I didn't necessarily realize it until I stubbornly was like, "Well, I can just keep going, right? Keep going, keep going, keep going." And then eventually my body was like, "Nope, you're gonna be waking up in the morning to where you can barely stand up and get out of bed." So Tuesday morning, I was like, "That's it. I gotta go to the doctor. I gotta get checked out because this is not good." And it wasn't a very pleasurable experience for me going to the doctor. I mean, I got in quick, but my doctor is very old. Like he's almost ancient at this point, and I kind of really feel like the guy needs to retire. Like he's tired of his job. Even though he's not, like, necessarily admitting it, he's tired of his job. He's very tired. So, it makes it very difficult, um, as a patient to just kinda be like, "Hey, I want you to really kinda hear me out, and I want you to really kind of, um, you know, make my needs be heard." But anyway, so through that experience, he said, "Okay." He's like, "I'm gonna get you to get an X-ray done, and then I'm gonna prescribe you an anti-inflammatory as well as a muscle relaxer." So, um, so I've been taking those for the past 4 days now, and I've been seeing significant improvements, um, as far as the back pain is concerned. But, however, I tried to send a couple of messages and it says error. Huh, but some go through. I mean, I can still see I can see everything, Eileen, so that's okay. Could be YouTube on your end because Windows 11 is probably kicking your butt. So speaking of butts, because that's where we're going with this chat here. Um, so I went for a bath yesterday, and I go to stand up in the tub, and my right buttock starts to ache. And I'm like, "Oh, man, come on." So then I'm like, "Yeah, it's definitely sciatic." So I'm like, "Okay, well, I've taken care of the back pain, and now I have friggin' sciatic piriformis syndrome." And I'm like, "Ugh." So then I was like, I get out and I, kinda work and, yeah, like, I get out and then I kinda, like I go down the hallway and I'm just like, it is just aching, right? Like, I'm just like, "Oh my god." what a literal pain in the ass, like, honestly. So then I was like, "Okay, well, I know what to do because 'cause I've had this before, so I'm just going to stretch it out." And, after I stretched it out, it was all clear, but I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" So I messaged my boss this morning and I said, "Believe it or not, the back pain is almost non-existent, but now my piriformis is acting up." And she's like, "You just can't win, can you?" And I'm like, "No, I can't." So early this morning, I had breakfast, and then after that, I took an Advil because I was like, "I just need something to get me through the day, it seems like." And I don't have to take my other anti-inflammatory until later today. So, it's, until after supper time. So, the first one should be out of my system between then. So, and I was up at 6. So I was like, the earlier that I can get those into my system, the better. So then it has time to target what it needs to target. Yeah, and I've been going to sleep with pillows under my legs and under my back and, been cuddling, one pillow per night. And then I wake up in the morning and they're all on my floor. Like just, I toss them everywhere. And, yeah, it's been a week. It's been a very long week. And I've been trying to like relax, chill, um, just trying to take it a little bit easier on myself. And Eileen, we know who you're cuddling at night. Well, you know, I mean, I'm not necessarily going to say no to his cuddles specifically. But oh, Amanda's here, Dolly's here. Hey friends. Hello. Um, and yeah, so it has just been a very long week. And like just yesterday, the weather was nice enough that I was like, I have to get out of the house. Like I am going stir crazy being in here. And I went for a walk. And then like I'm kind of starting to realize that it's like, yeah, all of those muscle groups that I haven't been using for so long, when they're starting to fire again and when they're starting to get used and stretched, it's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm gonna be, in it for the long run, I think." So, and, like, even right now, I'm wearing my back brace. You can't see it, but it's there. I mean, not that I necessarily have to, but, like, even for lifting my laundry, like, I've been doing smaller loads of laundry even with my own personal laundry, like, I haven't been filling up the entire bin. I've just been carrying smaller loads down and then hanging them. So, I've just been really taking it slow, and come Monday, I'm gonna try my hardest just to take it as slow as I possibly can. And how is the lighting setup? You like it? I kind of, I really looked I really kinda researched it this morning, and a lot of people say that, like, to get the best lighting for videos like this is that you have to have soft boxes, but even the cheapest ones that you can get on the market, it's like it really, um, uh, like, they occupy a lot of space. And, like, I think even, like, there's a soft box and then also one of the other lights that Jeff has, I can't remember what it's called. It's like big the big one for, like, cinema lighting, the new one that he got, and I'm like, "Yeah." And I was just like, "Well, what else can I use?" And it's all about positioning. It really is, because it's like there's one that I think you have to have that's kind of, like, behind you, and then you have to have one that's, like, at a 45-degree angle, and then you have to have one that's, like, kinda right in your face. As you can see, my ring light is kind of in my eyeball because it's, like, right over here. So you can see that in my glasses a little bit, but if I turn it, then the light doesn't, um it doesn't illuminate my face well enough. So, it's all a learning curve, and I kinda wish that I could have used this lighting um when I finished, um, the video. Speaking of which, another video's up and coming very, very soon. Um, yeah, that I lost 2 days worth of editing because I was just not I was healing at the time, and I was like, even if I was to work in bed, I was like, "No," because even if I tried to edit anything, I would crash out in the middle of the session. A Jeff soon? No, not a Jeff soon. It's gonna be probably not next Saturday, but the Saturday after that is probably when it's gonna happen. It's been edited. It's been edited as well as it can get. Um, and then for some reason, when I exported the thing, or before I exported it rather, I just kinda looked at it and I was like, "Why does it look so freaking fuzzy?" Like, the editor sucks for that reason because it just makes it look so grainy. Because I think they just set it at a specific, resolution, and then, yeah, it's a very long video, guys. I talk for a full 30 minutes. So, yeah. And is there, any guesses as to what song I'm talking about? Any guesses? Without going into my posts and looking, because that would be cheating. That's probably what I should do. I should take down those posts when I ask questions like this. Yeah. But yeah, it's, yeah, because like, Monday, like, usually when it comes to, like, an editing week, I usually, like, block that out, and then I will take most of the mornings before I'm getting ready for work and, like, just edit like crazy until I have to get up and I have to get, ready to go, and then it was, like, Monday afternoon, I was like, "Okay, I can edit a bit," and then that's all that I managed to do because I worked a little bit on Tuesday too after I got home from the doctor, but then, like, I was just like, "Oh my god, like, this is just" it was terrible. It was very terrible. 'Cause, like, even getting up or even just, like, bending forward, like, bending my knees and then, like, bending forward just a little bit, I could only go so far until it actually started to scream at me. That was how bad my back was. It's good now. I mean, I can, kind of bend whoops. Um, I can bend forward and, kinda go and touch my toes if I need to without screaming. Um, but yeah, now I'm stuck with a sciatic pain, so it's like it's like, wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? And yeah, now out of my X-ray, as far as my doctor told me, I don't know if I actually believe him. Um, but he said that my X-ray is good, but I think I'm still gonna follow up with the X-ray with the the X-ray company, no, the X-ray clinic, and just to get a double look at it. I mean, I don't know if they can actually tell me my results, but honestly, like, I had called the guy and I was like, "Okay," I'm like, "Well, how do my X-ray results look?" And he said, "It looks good." And like, he didn't go into specifics, which kind of upsets me because it's like, I kind of want to know the specifics so that I know. And then I asked him about going off of the muscle relaxer if need be. Um, I mean, I'm at a low enough dose, so it should be fine, and it's a long-term medication, so, I think that was the point he was getting at, was that it's a long-term medication and you're gonna have to take it long term. But then I was like, "Well, what about tapering off?" Because, I mean, I'm only taking it once a day at a low dose, so I probably won't go into serious withdrawal symptoms, like, that would be, like, that would be the worst. Um, but, he didn't really clarify anything. Like, he just said, "Once you're done with this first dose, refill it, take it again, and, just exercise." And then he ended the conversation, and I was like, "My other doctor, he wouldn't he wouldn't freaking, like, you know, he wouldn't do that. My other practitioner, he would have sat me down and said, "Look, we're gonna get you all like you were gonna get you test. We're gonna, maybe order blood work, maybe order urinary analysis, and just like he would just be so thorough." And now I'm missing the guy because of that. And I mean, unfortunately, push comes to shove, and the government was being greedy. So then a lot of healthcare professionals got out of the private practice because they're going home at the end of the night and they're still filing people's paperwork, and that's no way to live. Um, yeah, I mean, like, I'm thinking because, like, I know last time when he had mentioned for me to get an MRI when I had a UTI, um, I was like, "Okay, yeah, sure, I could go there, and then whatever," but, I didn't need it at the time because I knew that it was a urinary tract, so I was like, I didn't need it. Yeah, which, is another thing too that comes into practice too, so it's, like, yeah, just missing you based on your perceived gender. Either perceived gender or even, nationality, which is wrong on so many levels. But c'est la vie, and, but I have been looking around and I have found another one, and I'm hoping, fingers, toes, and testicles crossed, that if I give her a call on Monday morning, I can just ask around and see if she's accepting new patients, and if so, then I'm gonna tell her what's going on and just see because, like, I looked at the reviews and they said that she's very thorough, she's very family based, and she's very nice. So, here's hoping. Jesse's here. Jesse, you made it. I'm glad. Okay, so enough about the back pain. Enough about that. Um, Getting ready to start my new job on Wednesday. Yeehaw. Or should I say, yippee ho? Yeah, it yeah, that's kind of basically where I've been at, and I've just been spending the whole week resting, healing, um, just trying to get back into Notion and trying to get, you know yeah, and that's a good point, Harriet, because it's like, I mean, he's getting close to retiring, so in, like, a year or so, he could be retired, and then I would be back to square one, so that sucks. So, and, like, it took us a couple years to find him, and, like, he was one of those practitioners that I had asked around at work, and, like, somebody was like, "Okay, like, go with him because, like, he'll get you in and he'll get you what you need to do." So, like, for that, I was glad. Like, I was happy that I was gonna be able to, um, like, just to get people in a pinch when you needed to be seen, right? So because sometimes you go to other walk-in clinics and you're sitting there for hours and, you want to avoid going to the hospital because the waiting and just getting through triage and getting through everything else is, like, awful. So, yeah, that's basically what's been going on. So, yeah, the new video's coming out soon, 2 weeks from now. And then I think next week, because, like, I had kind of planned this ahead of time because I was, like, starting to feel burnt out and whatever, and I was like, "I'm just gonna take a week off of social media," but I'm not sure if I kinda wanna follow through with that now because this whole week, I've kinda just haven't really been looking at social media, like, I've just been ignoring it because I've been sleeping almost all the whole time. Um, but, like, I mean, I've been on social media, but I haven't, like, been rapidly checking it. So, but other than that, like, that's basically where I've been at, and I eventually managed to kinda clean up my spot a little bit here. Like, I wiped stuff down, dusted it, just to make it smell clean in here. Cause like, when you've been sitting in bed for so long and, like, you have dirty clothes all over the floor, you just kind of, like you just feel dirty. So, I did manage to clean it up a little bit, and I've been taking it easy. I really have been taking it easy. I've been trying to. And Monday, I just gotta take it slow. Bed rot funk. Yeah, exactly. Like, I've been having most of my meals in here. Well, just mainly because I've been doing other things. Like, I've been on Discord and stuff like that. So it's just haven't really been out much. But my aunt and uncle came out and popped by. Um, they dropped off like 3,000 cans, pop cans, because in their province, they don't recycle. Like, either they don't recycle or they don't have certain facilities where you get recycle, uh I can't remember how it actually had like, works in their province, but they give us the cans to sort, and then we will get the money, for the recycling, and then we'll send them back the money. So, it's a lot of cans. They came in and they, like, dumped out their van because they have a van, and it's just like, it just keeps going. Like, our garage is just full of cans. It's ridiculous. So, but yeah, I don't really think I have anything else to really talk about. So, yeah, Amanda's doing a new job. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm back to work on Monday. Yeah, Monday is probably gonna be pretty busy, just kind of sitting in the office and talking with my boss about certain things because it's still on the fence about whether I claim it as a workman's compensation or whether, whatever. Because as far as I'm concerned, it was just like an old mechanical injury that I've had, and it just got aggravated, as far as I could say. But Uh, but, a lot of people are, like, saying, like, "Claim it, claim it, claim it," because, in, like, 20, maybe 30 years, well, like, I mean, that's a little bit far enough, um but if it's, like, 10 years from now, and then if I severely injure myself, then, at least they'll have it on record. But I know for a fact that, like, we're just gonna be putting it into my file, so then they have it. So then it's like, I've had a history of injury, so, it's kind of like, be be careful with me, I'm fragile, so to speak. So, well, again, I even messaged my boss this morning and I was like, "My god, once I get older, it's like, you know, I go back on Monday too. Yay, Harriet. Interesting that the cans bottled in their province include the deposit from another province. Yeah, you have a moderately severe repetitive stress injury from the work you do. Yeah, it's not the years, Hunter. It's the yeah, mileage. Yeah, that's true. Well, and I said, I'm like, I just can't win this week. Like, I just cannot. Like, one thing starts to get better, and then something else hurts, and it's like you should file. Yeah, I mean, like either way, it's gonna be putting in like in my file, and I probably won't get much back. But however, I mean, like, I hate to do it because we've already had 3 other workman's comp claims this year, so it's like, right out of the gate, workman's comp. It's like but, yeah, I'll just get it on record just to kinda protect myself and then also just to be like, "Hey, this is this is what I'm doing, and this is what I'm doing to myself." Yeah, so, um I mean, we'll see what happens on Monday. I'm just gonna take it slow, take it easy. Um, as far as it comes with um, like to sweeping and mopping and stuff like that, I mean, take it slow and just bend with the knees, bend with my ass. Like literally put my ass into it, even though my ass hurts. Like, so, but yeah, that's basically has been what I've been what I've been doing. Like I've just been relaxing. And like I probably have told some of you that it's like I've been feeling guilty for it. Like it's like even during the week, I'm like, shit, like I should be there and I should be doing things. And then it's like, no, it's like, that's true, Harriet. My butt is sore. But yeah. But yeah, what was I saying? I don't even remember what I was talking about a couple seconds ago. So your health is important. Yeah, it's and I think I was talking to Harriet about it last night that I was just like, yeah, I shouldn't feel guilty for pardon me as I readjust here. Um I shouldn't feel guilty for it, even though I do, because it's like I've just been that person, just that person to go, 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 you know? And then, once the body breaks down, then it's like that's when you know that it's like you've been pushing yourself too hard. And and plus even the previous week, like it had been tough because it's like I was going through the back pain and then menstrual period shows up and knocks me down a couple pegs. And then I get out of that and I'm like, okay, well, I still have that freaking I still have this back pain. So it's like, well, what the hell is going on? So then I was like, well, maybe it'll get better. Maybe it won't get better. Maybe it'll get worse, whatever. And then eventually it got worse. And then I was out for a week. And then also like between that, both of our washing machines had broken down, so then it was like my laundry was taking forever, and then so I was like, "Well, I have to shift gears here, and I have to, kind of focus more on the cleaning because the laundry is gonna take a little bit longer," and it was just a mess, and then it was like, I had all my other stuff that I had to get done, and it's just like, I'm one person. Can you not? Uh We have that dang work ethic that overrides our common sense. You should not feel guilty for healing, mental health especially, yeah. And I'm already mental. There's no health left, there's just the mental part of it. And the best way that I can sum all of this up is just, try your best to hold on to sanity, even though there is no sanity left. There's nothing. It's gone. My tolerance and my sanity for all of the crap that happens, it it's just gone. Like, I can't. And, well, here's a story for you. So, oh god, last Friday was it last Friday? Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm in COVID time again because I don't know, um, I don't know anything. But yeah, so the lawyer husband came in, as he always does, every day, twice a day, every day. So he came in and he walks out of his wife's room. So the laundry room is here, and his wife's room is just adjacent from the laundry room. And so it's 2:30 in the afternoon, and usually at about this time, everybody's sleeping. All of our residents are taking a nap. Like it's nap time. And so he comes over and he goes, "Oh, I'm just going to use your little alcove, alcove, and make a phone call." And I said, "Sir," I'm just gonna I'm just not gonna use his name. I said, "Sir, you've been told how many times to take your phone calls and make them in your wife's room?" And he goes, "Oh, well, she's sleeping." And I'm like, "So what? There is no difference. You walking out into the hallway, you're waking everybody else up who's having a nap. Doors are open, and we have to keep them open for safety concerns." So he turns around and his face is just beet red. And here I'm thinking, I'm like, "You wanna go? You wanna throw down, old man? I'll throw down." It's like I have been waiting to whip that cane out from underneath you and watch you fall. So he turns around and he goes, well, I think it's time that I move her out of here." And then once I heard him, I was like, "Go ahead. Like, why don't you move yourself out? Because you don't live here. Your wife lives here." And even then, his sons aren't going to let him move her. They're not going to do it. So he has no cause at all to argue. He has no argument. Bye, Amanda. Oh, you're like you're saying bye to him. Yeah. So then about half an hour later, he comes back and he goes, "Oh, well, like, I just wanted to make a phone call." And, like, I was like, "I know, but the same thing is that we've been through this. We've told you that you have to take your phone calls in her room. It's just respect for everybody else that lives here and works here." And he goes, "Oh, yeah." He's like, "I know that there are rules and regulations, but sometimes there are exceptions." And I'm thinking, "So you automatically think that you're the exception?" No. And I was like, "It just makes no difference." Like, and honestly, like, I'm trying to get caught up with my laundry because I had to because my washing machine just got fixed, and then I'm dealing with this asshole. Like, it's just like like, I'm just like, "Sir, please." And he has the tenacity, and I think I've talked about this before, just to he comes out of his wife's room, walks down the hallway to the corner, and then, like, there's another hallway that leads down to the common area for, like, lunch and whatnot, and he'll just stand there at the corner, and then he walks back. He'll go into a room, sit down for about 5 minutes, then he'll come back out, and, like, and then it's even worse when it comes to getting all of the residents back down to the room and then start changing them because he'll be right at the corner. And there's been so many times where he'll be standing there and then I'll be like, "Nyeh," because I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, I'm like, "Are you kidding me, man? Like, get the out of the way." And like, he just doesn't listen. But he was a retired, so he thinks that nothing applies to him. Sounds like he's on the verge of needing to be a resident himself. Well, he's not gonna be a resident here. He can stay at the place that he's currently at. I don't care. The day moves into our facility, if he's even going to agree to it because he's so high maintenance, I'm getting out. I'm getting out of there because he's a handful, and, like, we don't even have him here 24/7. We only have him here from maybe 8 o'clock for, like, 8 hours a day. Try dealing with him 24/7. No. I would go into a mental breakdown. I definitely would. And, like, I get it. He's 90, and I'm trying to respect him given his age and whatnot. But at the same time, it does not give him the right to treat people like shit. This sounds like he's like his entitlement is verging on dementia. Yeah. And I mean, if that's the case, I mean, then yes, I feel sorry if it is dementia. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, just up to this point, he's been such an asshole. And dementia can cause you to act a certain way. But at the same time, don't be an entitled asshole. And don't walk around telling lawyer jokes and scaring the crap out of coworkers. Well, he still pays for the van service to take him to and from. And quite honestly, I mean, if he's the same way at his other place, they're probably celebrating when he's not there either while he's over here bugging us. So, I mean, I'm like, yeah, maybe give them a break too, because we understand, we get it. It just amplifies the existing characteristics. Yeah, like the other day, I was mopping floors and I was teaching one of my coworkers, what to do in case if I was ever there and if she wanted to take over work for me and whatever. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll show you. He comes out of the room and he sees my caution sign saying caution, wet floor. And he goes, "Oh, well, like I see that you're mopping floors." And I'm like, "Yes." "And you're out of the room. Why?" And he's like, "Oh, well, like I'm a retired lawyer, but I still know how to sue." My coworker is absolutely terrified. And I look at her and I said, no, no, no. Let me explain this for a minute." I was like, "Just continue on. I'll talk to you later." So she goes and she continues. And I said, "Sir, you cannot be making comments like that. You cannot. You were a lawyer. The key word is you are not anymore, but you cannot be going around saying jokes like that, especially when people come from different countries, come from different legality sources, come from different legal backgrounds. And you just can't be saying that. You cannot, because not everybody gets it." And I said, "If you want to joke, you can joke with me because I don't really care, but you can't be going around and saying that." And he goes, "Oh," and I'm like, whatever. So then I catch up to the girl who's finished the hallway and she goes, "Did I do something wrong?" And I'm like, "No, no, no, no." I'm like, "No." I'm like, "He's very open ended with his threats. That is a threat, and he has always done that. He's done open-ended threats, and even then, when we have put up signage saying that verbal abuse or threats will not be tolerated, he still continues to show up." I mean, he fricking bit the head off of my manager. Bit her head right off. Just got so freaking mad at her and was, like, screaming at her. He screams at his wife, he screams at us. And how is he not barred? I don't know. Because he thinks it's a joke, exactly. Because it's perfectly fine to threaten somebody as long as you're joking about it, which is wrong on so many levels. And I remember the day when he was yelling at my boss. I came out and I said, "Is there a problem here?" And he goes, "Oh, no, no, no." And I'm like, "Keep your voice down. Get out." Like, and it's like I know my rights and I know my privileges and I know, everything, my policy procedures. And it's like, if you want to scream, let me scream. I will scream at you until my throat tastes blood. Want me to come and scream him into a corner? Yes, Eileen, please. He needs to come to Jesus meeting, but maybe a dose of Eileen would do the trick. Oh yeah. I really wish, honestly, I really wish we could get him banned, but he's the husband and he's also, I think he's her power of attorney. I'm not entirely sure how that all works, but it's like, dude, you can't be doing that. Plus, half of the time when he's here, his wife doesn't care. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's a very difficult decision, but I've gone put it on pay-per-view. But yeah. Yeah, just episodes with him. When it comes to me and brittle bones over here, it's like I'm not gonna hold back. And then it's like some days he'll like come in and he'll just be like, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, great. A regional asshole is here today." It's like I try to respect him, but I can't. I just can't. Every day when I see him, I'm just like, eh. And then when he walks away, I'm like, God. uh, Lord, yeah. But yeah, I mean, other than that, that's kind of basically what I'm dealing with as of right now. But yeah, can't say that healthcare isn't fun, right? all the characters you get to work with, even people that don't live in the facility you have to deal with. Sometimes I think family members are worse than the residents, honestly. Oh god. Especially ex-lawyers, because they're so entitled and they just think that nothing appeals to them. Oh, here, watch. Hang on. You might hear a little bit of sound, but whee, donk. Didn't make it all the way back to the. Oh. Okay, now this isn't working. Okay, there we go. There. There you get to see everything that you didn't want to see on camera. But anyway, okay, how am I doing? Almost 50 minutes, 40 minutes. So yeah, I don't know. That's just basically what I've been up to. I've just kind of been. I hope that's the chair creaking. Yes, it's the chair. It's not me. No, it's not me. It's not me. Yeah, it's just the chair. It's an older chair, but it's very ergonomic, and that's what I've kind of been trying to go for now. Is more ergonomic, the better. So yeah, it's not me creaking. But however, when I do wake up in the morning, I creak. My knees, they creak. Like even this morning, I was like, okay, I'm gonna stretch up my piriformis before I get out of bed because then maybe it won't hurt as much at some point. Then it's like my knee just like, and I'm like, oh god. Then I stretch the other one, and then it's like, and I'm like, oh my god. It's like, but yeah, and I don't know what would your guys' opinions be on Pilates on Monday night? Should I still do it? Because I know that Pilates is gonna be like stretching for the back and everything, but I don't know if I'm there yet. I don't know if I'm ready to do that. No. I can be just walking across a room and my knee will pop. Yeah, so I think I might wait until maybe yeah. I think I might wait until next month. Pick it back up in May, maybe. Yeah, probably. Because I haven't paid my instructor yet, and I don't want to sign myself up for anything if I'm not going to feel up to it. So, um, yeah. I mean, it sucks because like my boss and we are Pilates buddies, but yeah. I mean, just the way that my back has been, I don't I don't want to. I do not want to get back to square one. That was basically like my number one concern. And yeah, because like even with like going back to work, it's like I just do not want to go back to square one from like one shift. So I really don't want to overexert myself because I have a tendency to do that. I have a tendency to overexert because I rush. And then it's like, God damn it. I would wait. I would skip. I would wait. I don't think that's the sort of physical therapy you need for your back at this time. Yeah. I mean, the pelvic twist, like the pelvic twists, um, I mean, like they've kind of been helping strengthen my pelvic floor, but I just don't want to like going through the series of Pilates that we've been doing. It's just like I don't want to take that risk, unfortunately. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna pick it back up in May. So yeah, I'll sit the rest of April out and then May. Yeah, and I might see. I might ask my boss if I can still come by and like watch. you know, can sit with Ruth and watch and have her you know coach. She's so cute when she coaches. Oh my god. You can do Kegel exercises for your pelvic floor. Yeah, well, like, I've been following Dr. Joe right now because, like, I followed her stretch for, piriformis syndrome, and that helped out immensely. So and I also have my setup set up to where if I have to stand up, I can stand up, so I don't always have to be sitting all the damn time. So, yeah. How many times have I said that? I think I've ended all my sentences with "so, yeah." Nobody needs a period at the end of at their sentences, just have me say "so, yeah." But it's been tough going. It's been going, but it's been tough going. Oh, by the way, if anybody wants to see little of this shoulder action, hey? Little of this right ooh, little of this shoulder action, hey? I have well, like, my coworker, Catherine, who is basically my Kathy in more sense of the word. Um, whenever I'm wearing a tank top at work, because sometimes it gets super hot. I don't know how they're even living right now with it being as warm as it has been, because it's supposed to get up to 14 degrees today. So everybody's just dying in work right now. And I just go, "Hey, Kath." And she goes, "What?" I go, "Ooh." And she goes, "Oh, so sexy." And I'm like, "You know you love me." So, yeah, it's pretty funny. It's all, like, the little the thing that we do, but she's such a good person. I mean, I'm so happy to have her working at the place because she does a little bit extra. That's brilliant, yeah, because she's my work wife, and I'm her work husband, so, yeah. Well, good it's like whenever somebody does something for each other, like, she'll do something for me, and I'll do something for her, I'll be like, "Thanks, babe," and she's like, "Thank," and she's like, "You're welcome, babe," and I'm like, "Yeah, see, there you go." I miss her, honestly, I really do. I miss her, I miss a lot of the people that I've been working with, so but nothing else that I can do, really. Yeah. And I don't think that, like, is I don't think I've really felt depressed while I've had this break. It's just been good to be like, "It's like 11 o'clock in the morning. I can go back to bed." Then it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I can take another nap. So, I mean, it's been good that way. It's been good just to take it easy, relax. So, but then sometimes it's like I'll wake up and then I'm like, "Should I still be sleeping?" But then I'm also realizing that it's like those days are gonna be catching up to me pretty soon, and then come Monday morning, early wake ups, and then I'm gonna be grumpy as shit because I mean, not that I wake up stiff in the morning, I don't wake up as stiff and as sore as I did last week. So, but it is what it is. Grind culture. Woohoo. I mean, if I could do YouTube full time, I would. However, there's a lot of, things that there's a lot of, criteria that I have to meet in order to have that happen, so it's not going to be a possibility. But I have looked into the possibility of, like, video editing. However, there's not a lot of, um, market for video editing, especially here, so it's like, well, shit. So I just have to kinda stake with my job right now because that's my only source of income. That's just how it goes. That's life. And did you guys watch, Charming out of patty cake. It's so good, right? It's so good. And also, did anybody receive their albums yet? Mine is still in customs. Yeah, mine is in customs. But as far as packages are concerned, I am going to be getting um I should be having an Amazon package show up today at some point. Um but I've gotten a lumbar pillow, a new back brace cuz this one it's okay. I don't even know if you can see it. Hang on a sec. Like this one it's okay, but it tends to ride up and then also the it's it's kind of a crappy one size fits all type of deal and it doesn't feel like it fits me properly because I just have extra on the sides, if you will. So I went for one that was a little bit of a larger size. Like I measured my waist and everything, and I went for a larger size. So here's hoping. And then also a tens unit. And for whoever who doesn't know what a tens unit is, it's basically you have like little electric pads and you have like a little monitor thingy and you get to stick it on to where it hurts and then it kind of uses like electroshock and it kind of just sets in little vibrations and massages into where it hurts to help with pain management. So and we'll see if that works because I was thinking about it yesterday and I was like that'll be good. I could just stick a patch right onto my ass and then onto my leg and then hope, you know, hopefully if that works for my ass. My ass pain. Yes, Into the Deep is fun. Yes. I love it. Mine should be here Monday. I mean, I heard the teaser and it sounds really, really good. So, I'm excited. Can't you tell? Yeah. And my sleep schedule, oh my god. Well, actually Tuesday after I got the muscle relaxer, the first night after I got the muscle relaxer, I got a 91 sleep score. However, Tuesday night or Monday night, I guess, I had a terrible night of sleep. It was terrible. I got up at my usual time and I was like, I was like, okay, well, like, should I get up and get ready to go to work? And then once things started to hurt, I was like, nope, not happening. So then it was like back and forth, back and forth. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to go back to sleep until about 6 and then I can message my boss and I can let her know what's happening. I like messaged her about like 5:30. I mean, I felt bad, but I was like I have to but I was like I have to um but yeah, like I was like I'm going to try to go back to sleep. And then I tried and then around 8 o'clock came around and I was like, I'm just gonna sleep before 9 o'clock because then I'll probably be out of the house and on my way to the clinic. Because the earlier that I can get out, the better. And then after that, it was just like on and off, on and off, on and off. And then my boss was emailing me and she was like, you have these forms that I need you to sign and fill out. And I was like, I was like, but sleep is good, but I'm in pain and I can't sleep. So, and then I think it was like the hour before I left the house, I took an Advil, and then that was when I went to the doctor. So, and then after that, I was like, I'm gonna lay down and try to sleep, and I did. Put pillows under my legs and under my back, and then I slept for about 2 hours. Woke up, and then I was like, okay. And then once I took the anti-inflammatory that afternoon after my supper. I was like, "Okay, yeah, this is working. It's good. It's good. It's helping." And then once I took the muscle relaxer, holy Dinah. I mean, for it being a small dosage, I felt it so quickly. I'm just like, I'm sitting here, and then I was like, "Okay, like, I don't feel anything." And then I think it was, like, just the exhaustion of the day catching up to me as well as, like, the muscle relaxer, and then sure enough, I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "I have to go to bed." So, slept good, slept really good, and, but I think it was also just kind of like a relief to my mind too, that it was like, the pain is gonna be managed from here on out, so it was like, you know. I was actually disappointed the other day because I heard that the FAA is looking for gamers for air traffic controllers, and I was considering it, but you have to be under 31 years old to apply. Well, that sucks. Yes, that does. Yeah. So, yeah, and then, like, out of this whole week that I've been off, I've been waking up at, like, 6:30, 7:30. Well, mostly because my dad's girlfriend, she gets ready to go to work at 7, so then 9 times out of 10, I'll hear her walk out of the hall, and then it's like, ugh, it's like, "Could you just be a little bit more quieter with your feet, please?" But it's like, yeah, I could have worn my earplugs, but then I can't hear my white noise machine. So, I mean, not that I I mean, not that I hear it during the night, but as I'm, like, settling down to go to bed, I kinda just wanna listen to it to help me drop off. So, I'm actually pretty impressed with, the white noise machine. It's pretty nice. I just use it as background noise and background light. Yeah. It's just been it's been a week. It's been a long week. But I'm glad to say that the back pain is a lot more manageable than it has been. And other than piriformis syndrome and then all of my other muscles, kind of getting back to where they have been, um, slow and steady. Just have to be like a turtle. I can't be like the rabbit anymore. I have to be more of the hare than the or I no. I have to be more of the tortoise than the hare, you know? God. I, like, grew up reading that book, and now I'm just applying it these days. Yeah. 57 minutes. So, you guys, is there anything you've been curious about? Has there anything that's on your mind that you wanna know? I will hide in your scrubs pocket on Monday and pop up periodically to remind you to not overdo it. Yes. I need a mini Eileen on a keychain. That's what I need. I need an emotional support Eileen and then just stick her in my pocket. Well, I kind of do because I have the medallion. I actually have it hanging on my wall right now. Huh. I hang things, not like somebody else we know. Not saying names, but I think most of y'all know who we're talking about. Slow and steady wins the race. Yes. But it's hard to go slow and steady when you only have 8 hours in a day and you have 15 minutes per room and you have to emotional support palm pal. Well, I have emotional support palm pals. They're right behind me. There's I don't know if you can see. Hang on. Probably creaky chair again. But yeah, there's Vinny and Luna. And then on the other side I got Zombie and Zeke. And Zeke was actually his default name. It wasn't um I didn't make that name. Eileen is an emotional support palm pal. I should probably patent that and then make tons of money off of emotional support palm pals. You're like, you want an emotional support, Eileen? No, mine. Can only do your best. Yeah, and my best is sometimes it's it's always a steep slope because sometimes it's like, oh, like my best isn't my best today, or my best isn't at its caliber, but raising an eyebrow, I get loyalties. Royalties, yes. We'll cough them up. Yeah. Okay, everybody. I think I'm gonna finish this up here and then get up and walk around for a bit before my leg starts to seize again. But I hope that this was exciting. I mean, I can't say much more than that. I mean, I've just been easy. I've just been trying to be chill. So I can't ask for more than that, honestly. Good chat. Thank you. I try. But yeah. You only have 35% to give in a day, and you give that 35%. You've given 100% of what you have to give. It's true. Take care of yourself, my friend. I will. I will take it easy. And just prioritize more breaks throughout the day and stresses. No, not stresses. Stretches. So like if I start at 7, could work for maybe on a half an hour, take a stretch, continue, half an hour, stretch, half an hour, stretch, half an hour, stretch. Break, stretch on my break. We'll see how it goes. Nothing is promised and nothing is certain. So now I have to cook. Yes, because you have company coming. Your husband is coming. Well, no, actually, your husband is already there. So, okay, everybody, take care of yourselves. I'll try to take care of myself too. And let's just keep it going. All right. See you guys later.